All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Bakakwadash. In this video, it's going to be named Man. A man was never made for one woman, right? I was watching a video of a dude reacting to, women, the so-called black woman going on rants or whatnot about a man having one woman, choosing one woman, and just that being that, right? Women expect men to have one woman, right? They expect you to be the same as them because a woman was made for one man, right? But the man was made for multiple women, right? A woman dealing with multiple men, she could lose control of herself. She can't handle multiple men, right? It was never made for her for multiple men to be, all different sizes and widths. Not to get into too graphic, to be going all into her, man. Right? It was never made for her to feel all type of different rods, man. Right? Not to get too graphic, but it's the truth, right? The woman was made for one man, man, one man, and a man was made for multiple women, right? The Most High, he didn't make us equal, right? So let's go to the law real quick. Well, not even the law. Let's just get a couple scriptures real quick. First, let's go to 1 Samuel 25. Because, in the ancient world, this was a normal thing, man, for a man to have, multiple wives. But now in Babylon the Great, right, in this westernized world, you know, a man with multiple wives, is rare, right? Either the one wife is gonna get jealous of the other wife. She gonna feel like you're not treating her the same as the other wife, and it's not gonna work in this westernized world, right? In Babylon the Great, because these women, they put themselves on a high pedestal, man, right? And they expect everything that they don't deserve, man, right? If you done slept with more than one man, and your first husband is not dead, right? Well, let me put it like this, man. If you slept, let's do this. If you slept with more than two men, right, and your first husband isn't dead, you a hoe, right? And it's the truth, man. This westernized world makes you, believe that that's normal for a woman to have experience, should I say, sexual experience with three men. That's normal to this westernized world, man. It's normal to Babylon the Great, right? They would call that a low count. They would say, "Oh, well, you haven't slept with that many men. What do you mean she ain't sleep with that many men?" Right? If you a woman and you just slept with three different men, and the first two didn't pass away, you a hoe, right? You are a hoe. Well, let's just put it like this: you are a harlot, right? Let's use biblical terms, right? You are a harlot, man. Right? You opening up your damn quiver, and you letting every arrow just take a shot up in there, man. That's you just bedroom fun. At this point, man, you don't know how to pick your husband, right? You putting yourself at this high pedestal, and eventually you're gonna end up, lonely and miserable, man, right? Because you done wasted all your good years being a hoe, right? So this is 1 Samuel 25 and 42, because the subject is that the man was made for for multiple women, right? This is 1 Samuel 25 and verse 42. It says, "And Abigail hasted and arose and rode upon an ass with 5 damsels of hers that went after her. And she went after the messengers of David and became his wife. David also took Ahomnam of Jezreel, and they were also both of them his wives. But Saul had given Michal his daughter, David's wife, to Patal, the son of Lahash, which was at Galam, right? So, the king, King David, right? A man that was found after, the Most High's heart, he had multiple wives, man. This was a normal thing, right? For a man to have more than one wife. Right, let's get Judges 8 and verse 30. And if you're dealing with a so-called Christian woman, man, you dealing with her, you talking to her, you plan on having relations with her, uh, and she brings up the multiple wives topic, it don't even gotta cross your mind. You probably don't even want two wives. But if she says she believe in his word, you need to let her know that, yeah, a man in the past, they had multiple wives, right? And just see how she reacts to that, man. She gonna lose her mind, man. She gonna lose her mind, right? This is Judges 8 and verse 30. It says, "And Gideon had threescore and 10 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives," right? And this is what the many wives are for, man. To beget and bring forth many children, man. Right? If you got one wife, you could probably only bring forth, you could only bring forth like one child a year, right? Let's see, you get a woman pregnant, you gotta wait 9 months for that baby to come out. It might, we're under the curses right now, and childbearing is painful, so she might want to take a break, right? She might not want to pop another child out right after the first one came out. So this is why you had many wives. This is why you had, 3, 4 wives. So once you pop this one, you go into this one and have a baby. You go to the next one, you have a baby with her. Once them two childs is born, you wait like a year, then you go into the other wives. You have babies with them. Once they child's born, you wait another year, then you go back into the other wives, you put some babies back in them. Right? This is how we did it in the ancient world, man. We had many wives and we brought forth many children. Right? This is a normal thing, man. Only now today, you know, uh I wouldn't say it's looked down upon. Well, I would say it's looked down upon, man. They will make it seem like it's a bad thing for for a man to have more than one woman, right? And the woman that he's dealing with to know about it. They'll make the first woman seem like she's being played, or that she's foolish for dealing with the man with another wife, right? This is what the world today makes it seems as, man. It makes it seem it makes you look, so like it makes the woman look like she's a clown, man, for dealing with the man with another wife. But in all reality, a man was meant to have more than one wife, right? That is totally normal. But the woman was made only for one man. Now that's the hard truth that a lot of women, don't like to deal with, man, because they got, too much liberty, which we gonna get into too. They got over much liberty to them gad abroad and just be a bunch of hoes, man. As it is written, thy wife shall be a harlot in the streets. So let's get 1 Samuel 1:1, right? And a lot of these hoes believe in, the Bible, man. They just don't know what's written therein, man. So show them that, a man can have multiple women, but a woman can only have one man. They'll probably stop believing the scriptures. Right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "Now there were certain men of Ramah Thazophim of Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Alhu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zuph, the Ephraite, and he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other was Peniah. And Peniah had children, but Hannah had no children." Right? So, you might be dealing with a woman and she probably can't bring forth a child, right? She probably can't bring forth children. So it will be wise for you to, go get another wife that can have children, right? It's nothing wrong with that. But as I said, man, the world today, the woman today, they have a problem with that, man. They feel like, like I said, they put themselves on a high pedestal, man. And they feel like they deserve things that they really don't deserve at all, man. You don't deserve the attention or the status of being a man's only wife, man. When the man was made to have multiple wives, right? And that's a harsh truth for the woman, but not for the man. The man already knows this. It's already in a man's nature to have one woman, and once he sees another beautiful woman, he's attracted to that, right? You shouldn't be ashamed to be attracted to other women, and you have a woman, right? Because what? It was always made for you to have more than one wife, right? In the kingdom, you're gonna have many wives, man. Many Israelite women, man. Many concubines, man, from the other nations, right? We're gonna have many women. We're gonna be bringing forth, probably, three children a year. You never know, man. The scripture says, when we in the kingdom, we gonna abundantly increase. How you think that's gonna happen, man? It's gonna be a lot of sexing going on, man, with a lot of women, right? We're gonna have a lot of wives bringing forth a lot of children, man. Let's get Second Chronicles 13 and 21. It says, but Slakia. It says, but Abijah waxed mighty and married 14 wives. So you got a man named Abijah. He was a mighty man, man. And he married 14 women, man. And begat 22 sons and 16 daughters, man. This is the reason for multiple wives, man. Right? So we could bring forth, many children. And not only that, one wife might be able to do something that the other wife can't do, man. She might cook better than the other wife. She might look better than the other wife, right? She might help you, in more things than the other wife. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? You could love, one of your wives more than you love the other. You could love the new wife more than you love the old wife, man. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You got Abijah, which married 14 wives, man. He had 14 women, and it was normal, right? The Most High didn't say he sinned. The Lord didn't say this is wrong, but you did. You know what the Most High said about the woman and multiple men, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 22 real quick. This is Deuteronomy 22 and verse, let's see, in verse 22 it says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall, it's like it, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Right? So if a man have 14 wives and one of his wives go sleep with another man, him and that man, I mean she and that man are supposed to be put to death. Right? Because what? The man was only made for Slack, the woman was only made for one man, man. She was only made for one husband. It wasn't meant for her to, be snooping and hooping around with multiple men, right? Being a hoe, right? Let's get Romans 7 and 1. It says, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband. It didn't say husbands, it says husband, right? Reading on, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress, right? So if you got one man as a woman and you go to sleep with another man, you gonna be called, you are the adulteress, man, right? You worthy of death. You a harlot, man. But as it is written, man, we dealt treacherously with the Most High, right? And we played the harlot. Let's get Hosea chapter 4, I believe. Let's see, 4:16. Right, it says, let's read verse 15. It says, though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal, neither go ye up to Bethaven, nor swear Yahweh liveth, for Israel slided back as a backsliding heifer. Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. So in times past, you had Israel playing a harlot, man, and he said, let Judah not offend. But what did Judah do, man? Judah eventually offended and played the harlot as well, right? Making a covenant with the damn Greeks, man, serving their gods, taking on their customs, right? So we both played the harlot, man. We both, dealt treacherously with the Most High because we're married to the Most High, right? We're married to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And married means to be joined together, right? So we were supposed to be joined together to the Most High by the laws and the commandments. But what did we do, right? We committed adultery, man. We fornicated with the other nations and their gods, man, right? We dealt treacherously. We dealt as harlots, right? So one of the punishments was, since we as men dealt treacherously and played the harlot with other gods and other nations, the Most High, put that same energy on our wives, man, and had our wives play the harlot with us, right? Because what? We're made in the image of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and the woman is made in the image of us, right? This is 1 Corinthians 11:3. It says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head. This is the point. For as much as he is the image and glory of Yahweh. But the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman was for the man, man. The woman, is made in the image of the man, right? Her man, her husband, right? And her husband wasn't created for her. She was created for her husband, right? Her husband is not made in the image of her, but she's made in the image of her husband, right? The same way the man is made in the image of God, right? So what? We played the harlot and we dealt treacherously against the Most High by playing a harlot and serving other gods. So the Most High made our women harlots and dealt treacherously against us, as it is written. Let's go to Amos 7 and verse 17. It says, therefore thus say Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by a line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Right? As it is written, man, the Most High said that our wives will be harlots in the city, man, meaning our wives, you know, would it be whores, man, sleeping with man after man after man, man, right? And this that comes with overmuch liberty. Let's get that. Let's go to Sirach 26 real quick. And verse 12. Well, let's read verse 10. It says, well, this is good because we're going into multiple wives. So let's start at verse 6. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. Right? So that's grief, that's grief of heart and sorrow, right? When a woman is jealous over another woman. Because you're not supposed to be jealous, over another woman checking out your husband. Because your husband was made to have multiple women, right? If I'm walking with my wife, she shouldn't be jealous that I'm looking at other women, right? Because I'm made to have more than one woman, right? And it's nothing wrong with me if I like that woman more than the woman that I'm with, right? And that'll sound crazy to some people, man, but it's nothing wrong with that, and the law tells you that, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 21. Yeah, it's nothing wrong if I'm walking with my wife, man, and that woman got a she got a nice body, man. Hey, if I like it, I could go up to her. I could ask her, do you got a husband? She say no, I could make her my wife, man. I can entice her and I could go into her and make her mine, right? But everything has to be done decently and in order, right? If you do that, you walking with one of these westernized modern day women, you do some shit like that, she'll probably fucking cry, she'll storm off, she'll throw a fit. So you do things decently and in order, right? Let's say I got a wife, but I'm not walking with her, and I see a woman that's fair to look at, man. She got a nice smile, and I go up to her and I entice her. I ask her, do she got a husband? She say no, right? And I get her number, and things lead to one another. I lie down with her, make her mine, make her my wife. There's nothing wrong with that, man. I can have two wives. Right, this is Deuteronomy 21 and verse 15. It says, if a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he have, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. Right? So if a man has two wives, and he loves one more than the other, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no scripture that says you have to, treat your wives in the same manner. One wife might do something better than the other wife, man. One wife might look better than the other wife, but the wife that look better than the other wife, she can't cook, but the ugly looking wife, she could cook, right? I don't gotta love them in the same at the same measurement, but I could still love them. A woman can't love multiple men, man. She can't have two masters, right? And that's another thing. A woman means, the word woman goes back. I mean, the word wife goes back into helper, right? Servant, right? A woman can't have two masters. She gonna either love one and hate the other, or hate one and love the other, man. But a man can love multiple women, right? So let's get back to Sirach 26 and verse 6. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Right? Imagine having, a scorpion in your hand trying to, try his hardest to get out of your hand. You poking your damn fingers, scratching all of the palm of your hand. That's equivalent to having a evil ass wife, man, a jealous woman, right? You gotta hear the bitch down nagging every now and then, man. A brother, nobody want to hear that shit or deal with that, right? But especially a man of Yahweh Bashim Abashah, right? When we jump in these scriptures, man, we looking, to have peace of mind, right? We looking to have peace, not a bitch, nagging it and fucking yelling every other hour, man, about little shit, right? Carnal shit, right? It's like holding a scorpion in your damn hand, man. Verse 8, it says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids, man. Stay away from the woman too, man. This is a red flag. The woman with them, them long eyelashes, man. That's a red flag, man. And that's I'm adding that to my red flag list. My red flags is, that blonde hair, them long ass braids that go down to the knees, right? That horse nose ring, man. It don't go necessarily in a horse, but that bull nose ring, you know what I'm talking about. Let's look it up real quick. Bull nose ring. Yeah, this thing right here, man. This is one of my red flags. What else, man? Them eyelashes. It's the way she talks, the way she thinks. Them are part of some of the red flags, man, that you gotta watch for. Verse 10, it says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. Right? And this is what I was talking about earlier, that over much liberty. The woman being able to, choose who her husband is. It wasn't like that in the ancient world, man. Your father, as soon as you got to a marriageable age, you hit your flower, your father would choose your husband as a woman, right? He would choose the man who he wants you to be with. But now, the woman has over much liberty, man. As a young woman, they get these expensive phones, they download this social media, and they fast, man. They popping it, man. Straight in middle school, man, all the way to high school, and then by the time they, 21 up to 25, they got damn near, 5 men have been into them. You know, taking the value of them all the way down from a young age, right? Racking up, 5 men. That's a lot of men, man. Two men is a lot of men to be going into you, man. Especially if the first husband ain't dead, right? That's a lot of men. And if you think about it, majority of these women on this western side of the earth, man, have at least let's say 3 to 5 men then been into them by the time they hit the age 25, man. And that's just really being generous, man. It's probably 2 times more than that, right? Reading on, it says, let's read it again. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, and these women are shameless, man. They don't care if 5 to 10 men then went into them, man. They don't care about that shit. Once they meet the 11th one, what are they telling him? She probably only slept. I only slept with 2 men. I don't be outside like that. A whole bunch of lies. But the whole time, man, 10 men then went into her, right? And she doesn't have any shame about that, right? She's looking for her next victim, right? She probably got all type of diseases and plagues running throughout her, but she has no shame in that. She's not getting checked up. She doesn't care about that shit. She doesn't care about shit like that. Reading on, it says, keep her in straightly, meaning keep her in check, man. Make sure she doesn't become a hoe. And this is a hard task for, a lot of parents today, because we're under the curses. And one of the curses was that the father will lead a home, right? He would hate his children, and the mother also. So it's hard to keep children, especially young women, in straightly. It says, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And how does she abuse herself? By sleeping with multiple men, right? Which was never made for her to do, right? Because she was made for what? She was made for one man, and the man was made for multiple women. Verse 11, it says, watch over an imputed eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. Meaning, she's thirsty, man. She's thirsty to know about every different man, man. She's curious to know about this man. She's on the phone with this man. She's in the car with this man. After she gets off work, she's going to this man's crib. She's a thirsty traveler, man. Trying to get a drink at every fountain, man. It says, by every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. Right? And this is a parable, right? If you're familiar with a quiver, let's look it up. Right? This is a quiver, man. She will open up her quiver, right? For every arrow, man. She letting every man rod go into her quiver, man. Because she has overmuch liberty, right? So, this was just a quick lesson, man. The woman or the man was made for multiple women, right? And then the kingdom, or on this side, eventually, this is coming to pass. A lot of women are going to try to cleave on to the man of understanding, man, the man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? In these last days, Isaiah 4:1, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach, right? And this is going to happen on this side, man. Multiple women are going to be coming to the man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the man of understanding, right? The man with stability, right? As it is written, let me get a scripture real quick. Let's get Isaiah 33:6, because they're going to be looking for a man when all hell break loose, man, the mark of the beast, Jacob's trouble, when all this shit get to going on, they're going to be looking for a man of stability, right? A man of understanding, right? This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, right? So wisdom and knowledge is going to be, our stability, right? And they're going to be looking for stability, man. They're going to be looking for a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to take away the reproach, right? To take away the shame, right? To, because they're going to realize, they can't do it by themselves, right? They don't have everything figured out. So in these last days, 7 women are going to take hold to a man of stability, right? A man that has wisdom and understanding, right? But Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.